And welcome once again to AV Racing TV. It's that time of the week again. We're on race 11 of season 4. We're off to Japan. But even more importantly, before we start the race, I got to play F1 2021 for a few hours. Me, Kuhn, and Domestos all managed to get on it and have a few races. That was fun. Sucks for all of you that didn't. Anyway, enough of that. It's alright, just had to rub that in a little bit quickly. It was good, it was fun. I enjoyed it. The cars feel very little, slight bit different. I don't know how they felt about it, but I feel maybe it feels like there is a little bit less downforce on the cars, especially when you're coming in to braking. But hopefully we'll all get to play that later. Anyway, we're going into Japan right now. This is race 11. Reaper is now 20 points clear of FCST in the championship. FCST was leading it for the first half of the season there up to race 10. Picking up no points though last week. In what races was that last week? Italy. That was a tough one for some. We had a DNF there from NAC. Mercedes still in the constructors lead. Anyway, we're leading into Japan right now. This is Suzuka International Racecourse. Suzuka, Japan. 50% race for us on here, which is 27 laps around a 3.6 mile track, or 5.8 kilometers if you like that metric. 18 corners around here. Only one DRS zone though. We actually raced this on the earlier game when me, Kuhn and Dom was playing. That was nice. We had a little Asian race of China and Japan. Yes, China is still in the next game. I mean, I'm kind of happy about that because I like China, but it's got to be there because they haven't got enough tracks otherwise, because none of the others have been made. What's our weather doing here today? It looks dry, it looks pretty cloudy though. Hopefully someone will be able to give me a weather update for that. Heavy rain for race. It's gonna be wet around Suzuka. That is not gonna be very fun. So look what we got here. 16 drivers on the grid. Here, and who's not? What have we got? Both Mercedes there with NAC and Reaper, both Williams there, Andy and David, Wouter and Jasper both here in the Alfa Romeos. We're missing Gargamelin from the Alfa Tauris. Both McLarens are here, both Renaults are here, both Red Bulls are here. We're missing a Haas of FCST. We have no racing points in the race. And who else is missing? 1, 2, that'll be it. FCST joining there. FCST been a couple of minutes too late. That's unfortunate. We're going to have to get to our drivers on grid right now. It's everyone, a lot of drivers seem to be coming out of the pits. Quali clouded, no rain in quali. There seems to be quite a few drivers on track though, and it looks very overcast, so I don't know if maybe some of those are scared. We could have a little bit of rain and they want to get out on there in case it does happen, because then there'll be no chance of a decent qualifying time once that rain sets in. Let's go. So I'm getting my chat up on the computer. There's that. Enlarge this to there. Move that over there. That goes there. And that is there. Right, who's going to give us a good lap? I'm with David right now. Kuhn's out on the garage. Jasper's out. Smithy's out. Knack is out. I don't know if I trust David and the Williamses. see in a minute who have we got coming up there right now. There's Jasper actually there on a set of mediums. He's coming towards the end here. Let's get on board with an Alfa Romeo here. We've seen some good drives from Jasper, getting his tyres warm, giving himself some space out of the last corner there as we come across into the only DRS zone that is on the track and up to the grid line. Reasonably long run up here into turns 1 and 2. The first part of this corner absolutely flat out turning into turn 1, braking halfway through here for the rest of it, which is turn 2. Good exit, don't take too much curb, but do use all the track. Turn 3, turn 4, turn 5, big S's through Suzuka. Turn 6 here, need to be careful. Turn 7, we want to get this turn up, we want to get on the power, need to get nice and wide for that, to carry all that power through, and the long run up here in to turn 8, 8 and 9, you want to really find that apex, don't want to be running wide on those, very easy to invalidate around there. Turn 10 is the little bend here that's flat out, and that launches you straight into 11, almost catapulting through 10. By the time you get through that, you're straight on that braking point. Turn 12 is then this bend in the flat out section up here, running in towards turn 13. Turn 13 and 14 again, need to find and attack that apex. Very easy to run wide here, and you need a good exit out of 14 here. Use all the track on the exit like Jasper does to get as much speed as possible again on this long back straight run up here into turn 15, which is absolutely flat out left-hander. Again, find that apex. 16 and 17 here being the chicane. Very nice line there from Jasper, a little bit oversteer on the exit, and then through turn 18 back on the power into DRS zone and on to the straight. Andy Saskia kind of stopped in the middle of the track there. Jasper very neatly moved the car between him and the line he was taking. That was Jasper's lap. That was a 128 on mediums. James right now running a 127 flat pretty much there. Let's get the tyres up. What have we got fitted on? Jasper there, the only person pushing out on the mediums. Everyone else looking at the soft tyre around here. It is going to be a wet race, so the soft tyre would make sense to take everyone being able to then pick what tyres they want afterwards. James, very quick around here and took the pole in Season 3. Ended up with a second place in Season 3 at the end. Reaper taking the win last season around here. Fun on with Knack right now. Knack having the pole here in Season 2. Gargamelin, who's not with us, was our other pole sitter from Season 1. Knack margin, very nice and stable, nice lines through the S's here. Go on the power, a little lift through 7 there, just to try and keep the car in check so it doesn't run too wide on the exit. A lot of grass and around the outside of Japan, not always too much curbing around the edge either. Very easy to dip a wheel over the edge there and lose some traction. Lollopuppa in the Ferrari pulling out the way there for the Mercedes. Coming through at 12 now. We're faring through 13 and 14. A little bit wide there on 13, but maintains the speed through. Wide on the entry, man, kept it there in the exit of it, and now we're coming up to 15. He's got good speed along the straight there. That's coming up purple there in sector 2 for Knack. Nice and slow, good rotation through that chicane and back on the power so quickly there for the exit of 18. Tight to the 127.2 there for Knack, 0.2 off of James's time. As I said, we saw James very strong around here previous season. Reaper still in the pits right now. He's up there with a 27.7. Kuhn also a 27.7. David retiring. Where's that Williams? When did that happen? The Williams behind the Red Bulls, but that can't be. That's got to be Saskia up there. The one's in the garage. David decided he's had enough of quality right now. Lang's on outlap. We don't need to be following that. Where's lollopuppa? Lollopuppa in the Ferrari. They're on a fast lap right now. Let's see, still 9 minutes left of our qualifying session here today. Yeah, I'm coming into turn 13 right now. Getting a good amount of speed through there. That's coming up purple again there for Lola in sector 2. That was such a tight turn 15 there. The car went through there with no problem at all. Back on the gas nice and early for 18 and finding a little bit of curb though. That'll lose you a tenth or so there. 1:27.833 there for lollopuppa. That's good enough for 5th place. 5 drivers so far getting into that 1:27 range. James almost in to the 1:26. All the others around the 1:28 mark there. I got Andy, Wouter, Domestos, and Reaper all yet to come out of the garage. James is getting new tyres on Kuhn. Smithy's on an outlap there. Kuhn's getting new tyres on. Tess, Bestos, all look like they're getting new tyres on right now. It's on the Red Bull Lang right now. He's on fresh tyres and on an outlap. Best double on the softs. Through turn 13, using all the track. Big let off there after picking up some curb. Keep that car in check. Unfortunately, that'll cost you a bit of speed along the straight section here before we get to turn 15. Turn 15 being flat out as well. This flat section continues all the way to the chicane. The more speed you can carry out and through turns 13 and 14, the better. Turn around there, that wasn't great. That was at 1:31. Didn't improve anywhere near his other time. Andy Saskia retiring from the session. Both Williams already out of the session right now. There he is. Had a problem with the S's right there and spun it into a wall. Not the qualifying he would have been looking for. Not getting a time down. I think he could be starting at the back of the grid today. And both right now, Xz in the McLaren. That's flashing up purple there in sector 1. We've seen some great qualifying results from Xz over the last few previous races. Maybe has a little bit of problem keeping that pace up consistently through the race, but over a 1 lap speed, he is definitely improving, I think. What am I doing? Right, we'll wait. We got who's missing. J7 is missing, who isn't here, who's been racing previously in the other races. J7 and Gargamelin are the maybe kind of more front-running contesters. That's the two that are on there. I've got down here, Reaper is now on a lap right now. He's on a fast lap, just coming into the S's right now. We've got him just at the start. Who's that jumping up? Bestos jumping up into 3rd there right now with a 1:27. This Mercedes is looking strong and quick through these first S's. Absolutely flat out there, turning into 7. He's catching that McLaren with some hell of a pace. And that is purple there for sector 1. Lipping picking a bit too much inside curb there on turn 9. We're coming through 11 now. Good and stable on the exit there of 11. super smooth through 12. Jasper disqualified from the session for driving the wrong way. Not sure what that was about. Sometimes if you spin and you're trying to right yourself and have a little reverse, kind of grip the car, the game sometimes does that. Reaper fastest there in Sector 2 as well. I was going to say he got a good amount of speed out of turn 14 there. Come into the chicane, slow right down. Back on the gas, nice and hard, doesn't touch the curbing on the exit. Super tight that inside line, and that is a 125.955. Reaper has demolished the other drivers' times around here by over a second, 1.1 seconds right now. That's a lot of work, I think, for James and Knack to push on to do. We'll have a look at what Knack's doing right now, coming into turn 9. Looking, that was nice and quick through 9. I'm not seeing any purple Sector 1 though. We'll see what it's like on Sector 2. Picking up a bit of grass on the exit of 11 there, trying to get the power down real quick. Looking clean on the curve of 12, come into 13, and we're looking like through here. Nice and accurate on the exit of 13, and good speed on 14 there. Let's see what's running on the timeline. That's flashing up purple there for Sector 2 for Knack. So much speed through 15 as we head into the chicane now. Again, doesn't touch that curbing on the exit. So much rotation in that car, getting it back in to put it as tight as possible. 126.8. He goes into second there. That's good enough. Right now, that's two Mercedes lining up on the front row next to each other provisionally right now. 3 minutes left of qualifying to go currently. I think James will be coming back out on track. Bestos in the pits. Tess here running in 5th right now. Looking pretty good up there. Kumin pushed down to 6th. The Mestos pushed down to 7th there. Smithy, who was looking strong earlier, now down into 8th place. Lots of drivers getting in to that 127 time zone now. 3 drivers currently out. Wouter down here still yet to put a time in, and he's on an invalidated lap right now. Alfa Romeo driver apparently having some difficulties here around Suzuka. Reaper's in the pits. Just imagine he's going to be trying to get some fresh rubber on quickly to get back out again to see if he needs to defend his time, if anyone's going to run quicker. That looked pretty slow through 14. I don't think Knack is pushing right now on that lap. Look who's Bestos now on out lap. Tess on an out lap right now. Tess is going to come through to hot lap. What's Xz is on? Xz is also on an out lap. It is gonna be a wet race. At the point I haven't got my times written down here. What is? So if I flick back, where is my times? I mean, we're running, it's supposedly a wet race, but we're running very comparable times right now in a dry quali, so I'm not sure what sort of setups people are using around the track here right now, because I mean, 127.064 is the fastest quality time ever set real life around here. That was by Sebastian Vettel in the Q3 2019. I mean, generally running wet setups, I'm going to be looking at being more around... That's what I was told. I was told it's going to be a wet race by them at the start. They let me know in the chat about it, and that's what it is. But obviously, you just question it again there. Maybe think about it, and the times that we're running is... These are dry setup times we're doing right now. 125, that is not going to be done in a wet setup around Japan. Wet setups, we're looking at like... good anywhere. It depends on the track, but I guess... anywhere from like 10, 12 up to kind of like 15 kind of seconds, like longer per lap time using a wet setup. Also, you can take a few off that if you're using a wet setup in the dry. You're going to be slightly quicker, but I wouldn't be expecting these times that quick if we were pushing with wet setups. I'd expecting more of these like 128s, 129s. These guys at the back there have got, but I don't know. I can't see the weather. I'm not in control of that. We've got 14 seconds left right now. Who's that? Is that Tess there going fastest in Sector 1 in the purple I have just seen? Who's made it round there? I think there's a Red Bull there. Is that Domestos, the last one across the grid there? So everyone else, this is their final lap of racing right now. We'll get on board with James. That's the wrong Renault. And we'll get on board with Smithy, who's just gone quickest there in Sector 2, according to my screen. Coming into 16 and 17 right now. We'll see if he can improve on his 7th position right now. Looking pretty good through 18 there. Could have been a bit tighter. Into the DRS. Smithy up into 4th with that drive. And we've got Eggs. He's about to come across the line now, and Tess, was that Tess behind there? Tess has come out. Tess is up into 4th right now. There's the other Ferrari of lollopuppa. Lollopuppa now flashing up purple there for Sector 2 and going fastest. Coming through the chicane there. Looks like they get a pretty good exit. Nice and tight. Coming through 18. Lollopuppa up into 5th there. Now, who else have we got on track? Is coming across next. Reaper is going to be coming across the line next. No, he's not. He's in the gravel. James is on an invalidated lap. So neither of those drivers are going to move position right now. And that was a pretty fast lap there for James's invalidated one. May have been able to catch Nick. I don't know if he would have got into the 125s there with Reaper. Anyway, our line for today, front row, we've got Reaper and Nick, both in the Mercedes. Second row, we've got James and Tess. Third row, Lola and Smithy. 7th, Bestos. 8th, Kuhn. 9th, Domestos. 8th, 10th, Xz. 11th, Wouter. 12th, David. 13th, Lang. 14th, Rowan. 15th, Andy. And 16th, we have Jasper, disqualified from the session for reversing or driving backwards or something. And there's the rain. So, as I said, I think it looked like a lot of those guys at the top there were using dry setups. I don't know if people use wet setups. I use wet setups if I race a wet race, because you need that additional downforce and grip. We shall see how it fares. I mean, Suzuka anyway is it's kind of notorious for having a few safety cars and a few accidents around here, and I don't know whether a wet race makes that safer from being slightly slower, or that makes it more dangerous. I think it makes it more dangerous. We'll have our formation lap, and he already disqualified there from the formation lap. Everyone looks like they're on full wets right now. Let's have a look at our tyres. We are all on full wets. Don't know if they did say it was heavy rain for the race. I don't know if it's maybe gonna dry out a little bit later on for them, maybe. Anyway, we're on, obviously, like I say, the wet tyres here. I don't know if maybe after the cars have gone round a little bit, they might blast some of the water off the track, and we might get to the stage of getting some inters at the end. But I think in these kind of conditions, with how soggy it's looking right now, already cars, I think, having problems on the formation lap here. Could be the look of trying to get those overtakes and those position changes done by watching your delta times, your lap times, and trying to get those passes done through the pit stops rather than on the track, because it's not going to be easy in these conditions. It's not going to be easy to follow in tight behind someone on a corner. Two Mercedes there, side by side, weaving on our screen. Looks like they're side by side from the camera angle, but dumb shit. That's not very nice, Tess. Drivers Tess, Xz, and Saskia now all out. Kuhn, that's our qualifying. Xz, David, what has happened back here in or between the I don't know. I hope your tyres sufficiently warmed enough. We'll move back up to the front of the grid for the race start. I can't remember how many meters it is even into turn 1 from here. Looks about 300, 400. One person braked and we all smashed into the back of each other. That's not great, is it? You gonna give me the other camera so I can see the lights properly came from the other direction? No. There we go, 5 lights all on, and we are racing. But Mercedes Knack, I think, maybe get a little bit of a better start there than Reaper. Reaper's still in front there. James, we look on the side there, picking up a bit of grass, trying to get up into the mix there. That Renault running very deep and right. Ferrari following it around off track as well. They would have dropped down a few positions there. Haas trying to go around the outside. Oh, we're looking. Kuhn's dropping down place. Lola's gained a couple positions. At the inside, Kuhn, we just saw spinning on the inside of Lola through the S's there. He's dropped down some positions. David Ladd losing a couple positions there as well. 3 wide here. That's a Red Bull off. That's a Ferrari. It's a Williams going up past there. Oh, it is where we need to be careful. That's a virtual safety car as well right now. Use this, try and get out. What am I looking for? Interval penalty, no position change. Reaper has lost down position now. 2 Knacks made a pass in the wet test, drop down position. Lola's lost 3 positions, Goon's lost 8, Lang's lost 3, Wooter's moved up 4 positions from the back there, Dave's moved up 4 positions as well. Still under virtual safety car here, apparently. The Renault of Smithy has made his way forward there, up into 4th. Drive-through penalty there for Tess, speeding under virtual safety car, going too quick as we were re-released to race again. Looking at everyone pretty close together. Obviously, in these weather conditions, we're not going to be having any DRS. There's going to be nothing like that to help boost our drivers forward. Domestos getting on the inside of the McLaren there through the chicane. Jasper having a look there now as well. Xz looks like he's going in to the pit. What is going on? Xz getting a wing change already. I can only imagine so. As that wing is out for him in the garage. Rowan as well. That'll be a wing change. Tess double stacking for McLaren now. That's going to slow him down. Tess just coming out of the pits right now. Andy Sassia getting disconnected there, I think. Sassia just lost the penalty. Lang picking up a penalty for corner cutting. It's absolute carnage. I haven't even got any of the back miles. I've got no interval times right now. Bestos is leading. I don't think he is. I've still got leaders of Reaper. Knack still there in front of Reaper. Reaper running very close. James, which one was that was all over the place? I think that might have been, was that Smithy going across the grass a second ago? I'm not sure. One of those Renaults got very out of shape a second ago though. Right, hopefully my interval times might correct themselves and I can see what's going on. Dom's in the thick of it right now. And this rain isn't easing up. Look at that. I don't think I've seen it rain this much on the game ever. That is a lot. That's not going to be easy. Not easy to see where you're driving either or finding that apex when you've got so much spray coming at you on track. Some drivers like Reaper there getting on the inside of Knack, and Knack's just tapped him, and that's cost him. Reaper getting on the inside, getting on the outside of him there. I was just about to say, this movie seemed in and picking up the traction, driving on the wet side of the track where these tyres will actually prefer it to a certain extent. They'll get very hot if you keep driving on that dry part of the track, and they need to be cooled off every now and again in the wet. And he was round the outside of Knack, and wheels just touched, and in these sort of conditions like this, James and Smithy have now gone through. I don't know if that happened in that collision between Reaper and Knack just then. We were looking at Reaper and Knack. James and Smithy seem to have gone through. Bestos is now in front of Reaper as well. Don't know if Knack slowed down from that. But we now have two Renaults leading this race right now. So as we saw from James before, I'm trying to think, I think that last race at Japan might have been wet as well in Season 3. I'm pretty sure it was. We got Knack right now. These two Mercedes. Bestos in the Haas right there, doing absolutely great. Haas need to keep up some good point scoring right now. FCST obviously unable to make the race. He was a few minutes too late. That's going to run it in the league mode. So if you're there on time and it doesn't cause hold-ups for everyone else, the race just starts when it starts. If you're not there, you're not there. Harsh, but unfortunate and fair, and it means it doesn't drag on before the race gets started. But Bestos right now putting in a good show for his teammate, hopefully looking to get some good points there from Haas. They're only 5 in front of AlphaTauri. AlphaTauri only got one driver in there right now though, which is Kuhn, and he's currently running down in P10. Space starting to separate out on the grid here. Reaper right behind Bestos right now. So much spray on that track. Can barely see where this guy's going. On the brakes early there. Doesn't want to go into the back of Bestos while we're in these such wet conditions. Going to be unsure where the other guys are going to be braking to right now when it's this wet as well. Lang has DNF and retired from the session. That looks like he's in turn 15 up here on... coming through. That's brought out a safety car. I can't see him. There he is in a wall right there. Not sure what happened there to the Red Bull driver, but there's our first casualty of the rain. I'm assuming he's come through, maybe hit the apex, and the car has just spun, or he's maybe run a little bit wide, put the grass and the gravel there, and that's caused the car to spin. Well, we have a virtual safety car right now. Hoping that right now in the Mercedes if he wants to get up and get that win. Knack currently sitting in third right now. FCST is sitting in front of him in the championship. Knack so close to winning the previous season. It came down pretty much to the very last race between him and Reaper for who was going to take the championship. And it went to Reaper. Knack currently sitting in third right now though. Currently had 4 DNFs this season, but apart from those DNFs, at the lowest position, he has finished is 2nd place. Reaper, just see getting on the inside of Bestos there, off the hairpin. Bestos possibly getting a good run out of it. Reaper's going to have the inside there for 12. Bestos, I think, is slipping in and behind now for 12. Couldn't quite get that good line, and that Mercedes has moved himself up position. Knack now very much closing in on this Renault after that virtual safety car, and it is just getting wetter and wetter around this track right now. Don't know how these drivers are finding a big lift off there through Knack through turn 15. He turned that in very hard. Take a bit of a lift off on the exit and make sure he wasn't gonna damage or spin out of the car. Back on hard now to come through 18. Fastest lap there from Reaper being a 1:44.346. James looking pretty comfortable out there in the lead right now. Slowly pulling away from Smithy slightly, I think. Have a look. Not that we want. I don't think we really need tyres on, do we? Everyone's on wet tyres. Our leader time, Knack, 2.3 from leader. That's what I want to see. Because I think Smithy's dropping back a little bit. We want to see if Knack is gaining in on James at all right now with the timings. Is on back here. Got Jasper choking the hell out of that car in his gears. What is... What are you doing to your car, man? That sounds horrible. I'm pretty sure if we had full damage model on, I think you would have absolutely destroyed your engine and gearbox right now, my friend. Someone's purposely trying to run it in lower gears. What is going on? It's just... I'm not sure. I can't listen to that anymore. That is horrible. Following the Red Bull right now, Domestos trying to catch his way up to Bestos. Could be 1 stopping this, we could be 2 stopping this. It depends how quickly they heat up those tyres and how quickly they wear them out. Why are we looking at the Red Bull's tyre right now? This is a reverse wing cam. What good is reverse wing cam to me? I can't see anything, game. Now, Reaper very much caught back up with his teammate here of Knack, and we're going back through the same section of track we were before. Reaper getting nice and getting wide as he can there for the turn of 7. Trying to get the power. My bum hole got a little bit twitchy just then off of that Mercedes, getting the power down a bit while that tyre was on the curb, and that nearly slipped and spun. Reaper's quick reactions there saved him from that. Alright, let's get back onto our leader time. James is definitely pulling away there in the front. Doesn't really like Smithy's holding up Knack here. Knack's pushing to try and catch now. I think he wants past. I think he can see James is pulling time on him right now. Knack missing his end plate there, I see on the right hand side of his car. It's going to make cornering a little bit more tricky there for him. Smithy running very wide. Knack jumping up on the inside of him there. And he is going to get the turn run out of turn 2. He has just got past Smithy. Reaper now trying to find his way past the Renault driver. Great move there from Nax. Saw that tiny opportunity, a split second there of the Renault going slightly wide through turn 1. Chose to seize it. That's pretty much what these wet races are about half the time. Just sitting behind, waiting for that man in front to make a small mistake. Any small error that you feel you can capitalize on and get your car into a better position, you have to take it. Or it's all about, like I said, keeping an eye on that lap time, seeing how well you're doing, and getting a bit of an undercut maybe done in the pit stop by getting some fresher tyres on a lap or two maybe before the people that are around you. I've got Domestos up close now to Bestos. Jasper now up into 7th now. Was at the back of the grid. Wouter, the other Alfa Romeo, running pretty close behind as well. Kuhn seems to be maybe struggling a little bit here in the wet, down into 10th. What's gone up here? Reaper passed both Knack and Smithy. Smithy's gone in to the pits there. Smithy changing tyres anyway, or we didn't have any sort of wing or anything. They are replacing his wing. I don't know if something maybe happened between them, and that's how Reaper's made his way past both the drivers. We happened to miss that, but we saw Reaper, Smithy going into the pits, and then Reaper coming out of turn 18 before anyone else. And he is also a good way in front of Knack from that as well. Knack's lost a lot of time there. Doesn't appear to be any more damage to his... is more damage to his front wing. We're not just missing the absolute end plate, we're missing a lot of the, I don't know what you call them, just main parts of the wing there. Lots of cars getting on the inside now. He cannot turn through these corners very well. Domestos now past Nash, slipping down into 5th. He's going to have to go in the pits now. I'm wondering if something happened between him and Smithy on the entry to the chicane that's caused damage to both of them, and that's why Reaper managed to then maybe sneak his way and get through. I should imagine we'll see Nat come into the pits now. I don't know if he's going to have to turn this maybe into a 3-stop race there if he comes to the pits now, but he absolutely cannot corner at the minute. Who's that on this inside? That's Wouter wanting to get his way past now. Like, nearly getting his wheels caught up with Wouter there. He does go into the pits, backs off to make sure he doesn't spin. Wouter could now up into 7th. This is unfortunate for Nag. It's going to be down to Reaper now to just chase hunt down that Renault of James. It's about 5 seconds in front of him. This is very, very reminiscent of last season. James was in the lead at the start of that. He put it on pole that time though, and again we had Reaper, I think, then starting from the back, chasing down James, and they swapped positions through their pit stop strategy, and James was chasing down Reaper back at the end. I think Reaper pitted first. The big old undercut got in front of James, and it was left for James to try and chase down Reaper at the end, and couldn't quite manage to catch all the way back up to him. Lax out of the pits now, and he's all the way down in P10 right now. It's cost him a lot of time. Smithy down there in P11 as well, so they've both pretty much lost around the same amount of time there. I think there might have been a slight collision with them. So David DNFing there on turn 15 as well. Where is he? We've just, I think, driven past one of these parts of the track. Where is he? There. Oh, fully up on the wall. Nicely done, David. I think he's missed his turning point. That's a full safety car right now. James is going to the pits, take off those wet tyres. Reaper's going to go in as well now. Play 7 laps. We're done there. 11. Couple in the safety car. Could potentially take these wet tyres to the end. You could one stop this on wet tyres around here, so anyone that hasn't pitted yet will probably be looking to pit in now. Bestos is in the pit, Jasper's in, Wouter's in, Domestos is coming out. I think Domestos maybe gained some positions there through the pit, actually. Coons coming out. Wouter, I think that's shame. Wouter getting double stacked there with his teammate, and that's cost him a couple of positions, and that's how some of the other drivers have moved up. Also, pit crews working off penalties as well. Lola's already pitted recently. Lola's going to check track position on that. Same as Smithy and Knack, both already pitted. Knack's going back into the pits again right now. Not sure what happened to him after he came out. Do want to make him want to go back in again? Guessing wing damage, but he should have been okay then and been able to drive on, but I'll just decide he had enough of a pit window. I'm not sure. Xz, he's on 6 lap olds, he's going into the pit. I think a lot of these drivers are going to be looking at going to the end then on those wet tyres. Lola's also chosen not to go in the pit, he's on 5 lap old wets right now. But I think he is going to have to pit again before the end of the race, so I don't know if it's worth him maybe just diving in. He's not going to lose too many positions there, actually. He's only going to probably come back out between Tess and Knack, so he's going to lose a couple positions down to 10th, 11th at the... He's not even going to hit 11th, that's 20, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. It's not, he'll be in about 10th position if Lola decides to pit in on this lap. But he needs to before everyone kind of closes that gap back up, because they're under safety car data right now, so he might not be lucky enough to have that pit window to do, but everyone else doing the relatively same tactic. I think it might be safer. And Rowan there still out on 7 lap old wets, Andy on 6 lap old wets. These guys are the guys looking to stopping the race. But with the safety car how it is right now, it's either you keep those tyres on and you pray for another safety car in which you'll go in and then switch your tyres, or you switch them now. Lola's chosen not to. He's going to be praying for another safety car. Rowan's gone in to switch those tyres. Andy, I think, will be praying for another safety car then to switch his. Otherwise, his driver's going to be losing a lot of position later on when they've got to change those tyres towards the end of the race. Our second safety car lap now, so we're going to be racing again until lap 13. All those drivers 2 laps under the safety car in the wet. We're not going to be going very fast around here. You can see the speeds of the cars, 60 something miles, 70, 80 miles an hour. That's barely going to be enough to keep these tyres warm under these very heavy wet conditions. I think we could be seeing a few spins, a few people being a little bit sluggy when we restart the race from not having that heat in those tyres. Now's the time where we want to be driving on that dry part of the track where it's going to cause the friction, rub against those tyres and heat up those wet tyres. Keep out of the water right now, we need them to get warm. James leading the safety. What's this? Rowan, Knack, Tess there, all picking up penalties under safety car there. Like it said, Knack hitting Tess, Rowan hitting Knack, I think is what came up on that screen then. So the Renault of James currently leading the safety car right now, pushing that safety car right behind that Mercedes. Renault made a breakaway at the start, but now he is sandwiched between 2 Mercedes again right now for these couple of laps. The one behind the Reaper and the one in front of the safety car. Reaper not letting James best us here. A good bit of gap between the drivers in front. There is. Did we not already do one lap under the safety car? I thought we did. We're doing another lap anyway. Maybe I can't count. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I've drunk too much already. Maybe none of us are really even here right now. Who knows? I'm just going to take this opportunity to drink more. Smithy, Tess, Nag, and Rowan all back into the pits right now. This is going to be costing them a lot of time. Smithy and Nag running up in our top 5 earlier on, and we're only just about halfway through the race, and now both of them are 10th or below right now. Rather unfortunate. Back on interval time. Oh. I think those guys are back. They should be able to catch back up to the pack right now under safety car. They've still got 2 sectors to go through. As they play nice, they start trying to overtake each other and are wet under the safety car. Coon, 5-second penalty on the safety car collision with Jasper. Taking wing damage. His wing kind of looks okay there, I think, from what I saw. Yep, it is still okay. Lots of penalties picking up here. We've got James, Domestos, Xz, and Smithy. The only drivers who know about penalties to the name. James, Reaper, Domestos, Xz, and Smithy. I missed that Reaper there, I think. Apologies to Reaper. Are we? Safety car should be peeling away now. Safety car is going. We are going to be back racing again on lap 14, which will give us another 14 race laps to go around this track. James slowing it down, making sure those tyres are warm. He's going to take it relatively slow through the chicane, and then just before the line, halfway through the corner, he's going to put his foot down, and he's still slow, and there we go now. Halfway through the corner, Reaper's still there with him. He was waiting. They've called Bestos and Dom. Called Bestos by a little bit of surprise there. The two in front making a bit of a getaway there. It's everyone else coming through here to Alpha. Scoon's moving off position there. He's on exit on the outside of the Renault here of Smithy. Andy Sassy's got an X next to his name. He might be running in AI mode right now. Nak makes his way past him there. We've got Tess and then Rowan at the very end on the back there. Hello, Tenta. How are you, my friend? Lollopuppa back into the pits. Was that? No, is that the other Ferrari? No, it says Lolla's in the pit. What am I looking at? That must have been the other Ferrari of Tess that they're battling with Nak. That was a bit of a crazy view. Game didn't know what was going on. Let's get back up. What's going on there with Wouter? It is raining very hard right now at Santa around Suzuka. Yeah, James leading the race right now. Reaper behind him. Nak and Smithy were running pretty well up the front. I think they might have had a little bit of a collision, causing them to pit and drop them down. Smithy's on fresh tires again. Went back up into 8th already. This Renault driver is on an absolute mission, but he's also missing one of his end plates again as well. So that's not going to be great for him, especially around here in the wet right now. He's getting a lot of positions. Whether that was a questionable gain or not, I don't know. You love Suzuka with the rain. You're an absolute madman if that's what you like. This is probably one of the hardest tracks. Suzuka's difficult anyway, and with the rain as well, this becomes an exceptionally difficult track. We're on board Nak right now, trying to challenge it on for McLaren of Xz into turn 1. Xz is going to get in there just about first. Nak slips in behind, giving it everything he possibly could right then, I think, to try and get past that McLaren. That's now sitting behind all of the S's, almost grabbing the car there before having a big lot of oversteer. Back end of Xz getting away from there. Knack looking to the inside. Xz covering it off though. A little tiny touch of the wheels just then. Xz running deep on 7. Knack trying to get the power down. There's just no grip in the way. Xz absolutely losing control there. Big old snap of oversteer in the wet. That is Tess and Knack both through. Like I say, when I look back on the podiums for this race, there's a few people that come up that have been very consistent around here for podiums. Am I on the wrong page in my book? That's not Japan, which is Reaper having 2 podiums around here, Coon having 2 podiums around here, Domestos and Tenta, who is in the chat and not racing with us right now. There's 4 drivers there all having 2 podiums around here each. Where are we right now? The Renault Smithy right now. Knack's catching back up to him. He's pushing on though. Even with that slightly broken wing, I don't know, Knack looking to make his way past the Renault now. I don't think he's going to beat him into turn 1 again though. Xz retiring from the session there. Where is he? That McLaren is stopped on the chicane. Can we see where he is right now? He's just in the track, ghosted. I'm so glad he ghosted when Andy Saskia drove through him then, because that car looked pretty damn solid to me at that point in time. Knack super close. That's a virtual safety car right now as well. No overtaken now for a few, about like 20-30 seconds probably in the wet virtual safety car. James, we've been watching the fight at the back here with Knack and seeing what Smithy and stuff were doing in Xz, and we missed the fact that Reaper has made his way in the front of James. We are back racing again right now, and we'll see if what James has got left in him right now. Both these drivers absolutely full on their ERS, so that could be a fun challenge for them. Smithy, Knack and Wouter running very close together there. Jumping back, Knack getting in front of Smithy there through turn 15, I think that was. Nope, turn 14. Smithy running a little bit wide. Knack seizing the opportunity again, like you saw in the S's earlier, when someone running a little bit wide, jumping in to that position. I think that was Smithy previously on the entry to the S's. Jasper running super deep there. The Alfa Romeo's having a little touch, and that's left it absolutely open for Knack to drive straight on through. Smithy is now in front of one of them. Wouter's gone into the pits, obviously from having wing damage there. Knack now back up into 6th position right now. Smithy currently running in 8th. James is less than a second behind Reaper, but there's no DRS because it's pissing down. Here, Tess on Jasper. Where is Jasper? Jasper is spinning right now on the exit of the S's. I hope that wasn't caused by Tess. I hope their wheels didn't touch. Then this caused that. Wouter now, after his pit stop, catching back up to his teammate right now. Jasper running very wide there, and they come into contact again. His wing is still attached. He's just having problems, maybe not using a wet setup like we saw at the start. The drivers maybe look to be running dry setups through this race with the times they're posting in qualifying. Got a P2 after 1.5 laps for the puncher. Which season was that? Was that season 1 or season 2? Because you got P2 in both of those seasons there, Tenta. In season 1 and season 2, you took a P2. back on. Where's the action to right now? Smithy's made his way in front of Tess. Reaper's not really gaining too much time on James up the front there. We'll make sure to keep an eye on what those two are doing. Tess trying to creep on the Renault of Smithy right now. Slowly pulling a tenth off every other corner here from Tess. Relatively the same age tyres, so that's not from tyre wear. Tess catching lots through the S's there, really closing that gap down to this Renault driver in front. Domestos, we've got Domestos running very close behind Bestos there as well, almost within striking. Domestos very much in striking now after coming out of turn 11 from Bestos. I mean, Bestos pushing both drivers pretty comfortable with the ERS there as well, so no advantage. Kuhn hanging on behind, waiting for the two in front to maybe come to blows so he can seize his opportunity and move up a position. David has left the session there, he's already out. So far, Reaper and Andy Saskia, the only two drivers to not have picked up penalties in this race. And Domestos get his foot down, it doesn't look like it. Bestos on the RS set pulling away. Domestos realizes on it, clicks is on as well. Kuhn there behind as well, sitting, waiting patiently. Unable to really do much. There's not too much opportunities you can make for yourself apart from waiting, running close and waiting for that driver to make a mistake. Tess gets their way just past Smithy there, coming through the S's. Smithy obviously missing one of his end plates from his wings, so probably finding it quite difficult to turn through these corners, to be honest. Perhaps he should be able to, everyone pretty much there should be able to take these tyres to the end there. Everyone will be able to take these tyres to the end there. So we're not really looking at any more pit stops unless we've got wing damage. With a lock-up cut. Board now with the AlphaTauri still following close behind Domestos. He's still unable to make that move on Bestos right now. What have we got? That's not tyres. Tyres should be going at the end. So I'm going to look at the penalties right now. So James, Bestos, Domestos, all with 3 seconds. Kuhn, Knack and Tess there, both all three with 5 seconds. And then we come into the 8 seconds of Smithy and Wouters. Pretty much no one can be hoping to jump anyone in front of them because their penalties are pretty much going down in a nice orderly fashion. And with Jasper there with 22 seconds right now, you're gonna be losing that point in 10th. Lola's only 12 seconds behind you with a 3-second penalty, that's 15. He's got about 7 seconds to spare there against you, Jasper. Unfortunately, Rowan being 1 lap behind, I don't think he's going to be able to make Jasper's penalty work in his favour, and we've got Andy Saskia even further there behind Rowan. There's not giving me a lapse time for him, so that's odd. Anyway, let's go back on with our normal race track. Smithy the Renault still trying to chase down the Ferrari of Tess that made its way past Jasper there. Running close behind his teammate, don't want his Alfa Romeo to come into any more contact. They've had enough pit stops. Let's have a look. Who's had the most stop there? Rowan's had 3 stops, Nax had 3 stops, and Xz have all taken 3 stops. That's our most amount of stops for the day. Smithy, Tess, Lola, and Andy have all had 2. The rest of us are on a 1-stop strategy after that safety car. No, fastest lap there from Reaper R1 at 40.903. So yeah, that's roughly what I said. From our qualifying laps being in the 1:27s, we're running wet laps. That's 13 laps behind. I said somewhere between 12 to 15 seconds behind. I was pretty right there. Domestos, it's really so close the whole time behind Bestos here, but there's just no opportunity in the wet. It's not much chance. You're not going to be able to get that grip or get that power down to push on around the outside of someone in these wet conditions. It's pretty much follow close behind and wait, hope they make a mistake and open up a window for you to dive into. What's going on here with Smithy and Knack? What's happened to Knack here? He's rapidly dropped down a few positions there. Maybe had a bit of a spin or something coming through the S's there. I'm not sure. Run a little bit wide, pushing too hard. Smithy has now gained on him up into 7th. Tester in 6th now. On board with Kuhn, watching Domestos battle with Bestos there. I think Knack must have spun as well to lose those positions down like that as well. This is Kuhn very much late braking there to keep his distance close to these two in front. Back on the gas there early as well. Just can't get that grip and power out of that back corner. Giving it everything right now with the overtake and just can't catch back up to them. This battle here for P3, I think, is going to go down to the wire. Which one's going to make a mistake first? Bestos running a little bit wide there. Not enough for the gap, though, for Domestos to be able to sneak in and get through. And Kuhn almost had a better exit from turn 7 there than both the cars in front of him. And I think he couldn't really put the power down too much, otherwise he would have been in the back of Domestos then. Very late braking is this AlphaTauri. He is sitting there, he is ready to get past these guys right now. James Reaper pulling out 3.8 second gap on James now. Bestos getting a little bit wide again. For this, Kuhn looking to challenge Domestos at end of 15. Not quite close enough. No DRS to help us around here. Bestos back on the ERS out of turn 18, trying to protect the lead that he has there. As if we look back, where's our penalties to? Well, not an interval. Where's our penalties? Kuhn there with 5 seconds, so Kuhn's got to be really Kuhn needs to get past. That's a virtual safety car right now. What's caused that? I can see a yellow car. That's Smithy on the exit of turn 14 there, I think. Taking too much curb, going into a wall, maybe. Where is he? It's taken the car away. It's already gone. That's unfortunate. Smithy was looking to have pretty good race and looking pretty fast around here earlier. He's now retired. 4 retirees now from this race. But if we look at this here, Kuhn having 5 seconds of penalties. I don't really know if he's in this fight for 3rd place, because he's going to have to get in front of both of these drivers and pull 2 seconds in front of them to be able to take that 3rd spot on the podium here. Domestos now, though, him and Bestos both only have 3 seconds of penalties there, so if Domestos can make it in front, of Bestos. He can seize that last spot on the podium. Tess picking up a drive through under the virtual safety car there. Domestos right behind Bestos, ready to try and launch it even fully on the ERS. There's so much ERS saved up, waiting for this opportunity. Bestos pushing as well. He's also got so much that's not going to make it in before turn 15. So close behind them. They neck and neck there. They look like they're side by side enough going into the chicane. Bestos almost not leaving enough space there for Domestos. He's going to have the inside of this, but he's on the grass. He's not going to have the same pull coming out of that corner. Bestos remains in front there. Kuhn now has got in front of Domestos right now. That's the trashing Domestos' hopes for another podium around here. Bestos running super wide on the turn 1 then as well. Turn 1 and 2, that could have been Domestos' opportunity to sneak in front if Kuhn hadn't have done it first. Picking up a little bit too much curb there, almost lost control of the car in the wet. Those curbs getting very, very slippery around here. It's unfortunate for the Red Bull driver. Tess now, Tess DNFing. Where did Tess DNF to? They had a drive-through penalty. Not sure what happened there. 5 drivers now out of this wet race we've got right now. 3.5 laps left to go around Suzuka International Racecourse here, and I don't know if Kuhn is going to be able to get his way in front of Bestos and work off 2 seconds worth of penalties as well. That's a big call to do over 3.5 laps in the wet. God, the race has been too intense. I've barely even been drinking. Look right now, Kuhn, Bestos, Tess spun. I saw that is a shame of that. Tess again looked like they were doing well through this race. Yellow flags are in sector 2. What's going on there? Jasper now out of the race. He's in the wall there at the back of turn 11. Wouter's got a drive through there as well. This is carnage out of the latter half of this race. 1, 2, 3, 6 drivers. We've started with 16. We have 10 drivers left. Pretty much every driver left here is looking then at getting some points. Interval there. We've got, Jesus, Rowan running 2 minutes 13 seconds behind Wouter, and Andy Saskia a further 3 minutes 50 seconds behind Rowan. I don't even know what lap those guys are on right now, and my brain can't work that out. But if the leaders finish the race before they manage to get in front of the guys that DNF'd, they might not be getting. Rowan will get points. He's in 10th, so if he finishes this race, yep, he's moved in front now. He's on 9th. They've started their other lap. Going Domestos here, trying to push on as hard as he can. He wanted that 3rd spot on the podium. He needs Bestos right now to pick up another penalty, and then it could be his. Breaking so late into the chicane there. If Rowan doesn't DNF in the last few laps, he's gonna get points. This could be the 2nd time in the season, maybe. He picked up 2 points, so that's a 9th place finish in Canada for McLaren, and he could be taking points again right now. Andy, I can't even see on the leaderboard, so I don't think he's got any points yet, and he's going to be picking some up in this race as well right now. He's up into 10th. Rowan in 8th right now. That's going to be his highest finish, I possibly think, ever. Right now, back on with Kuhn, Domestos and Bestos at this tight little battle here for P3, 4, and 5. Domestos comfortably within Kuhn's penalty window. Bestos doesn't look like he's going to be picking up that other penalty, and it's going to be very difficult now for Domestos to try and make his way past both of these cars to get that third place. He's pretty much going to be relying on Bestos picking up a penalty as well. We got here. What am I looking for on here? I don't know. Reaper still got fastest lap, interval times. Tyres, what looking like all three of those there, 3.5, all within the same tyre distance as well. Andy Sasuke makes his way up into 9th now. Knack has DNF'd. Where are we? There's a Ferrari about to go through there. Knack by the wall. That was turn 12. What was Knack doing at the side of the wall there? I'm assuming maybe picked up a little bit of grass coming through turn 12, and that's throwing him off and sent him in to the wall there. But all the other drivers are on lap 27. He might stay in P7 there, because where are the other guys too? Are they gonna? I don't think they're gonna catch up past and get past him. By the time Reaper, maybe he's going to finish on this lap. It depends what lap Rowan and Andy Sasuke are on. If Nat's going to keep that P7 or if he's going to drop down or not. Reaper almost struggling to keep that car in check. He picks up a 3-second penalty right now. Comfortably 8 seconds in front of James O'Lolla, picking up a 6-second penalty there. Bestos is still only on 3 seconds though. Best Domestos can hope for right now is taking that P4 off of Kuhn. Get on board with Reaper. There he goes across the line there to take in P1. Rowan's race is going to be finished. He finishes in 8th. James takes the 2nd place. His 3, 4, and 5 coming down now into the chicane. Bestos has held a position and he's beat the AlphaTauri as well, which would have been this Haas driver's goal right now. Bestos takes 3rd, Domestos takes 4th, Kuhn takes 5th. Lollopuppa is gonna finish in 6th. Andy Sasuke is still getting to go round as well. He's going to be on his last lap and he'll remain in 9th. Game will still issue Knack with points with that, even though he's DNF'd at the very end there, because he's run the majority of the race and no one else has actually managed to move the way up in front of him afterwards by the end comes, because they'd already been lapped. Is the end of that. Congratulations there to Reaper, James, and Bestos, our 3 podium finishers of the day. We'll go back down the grid order real quickly, and I'd also like to have a quick little look in the, what's it called? The thingy, the race director. We've got Reaper, James, and Bestos. That is our podium today of 1, 2, and 3. Domestos 4th, Kuhn 5th, Lolla 6th, Knack 7th, Rowan 8th, Andy Sasuke 9th, Jasper 10th, Tess 11th, Smithy 12th, Xz 13th, David 14th, Lang 15th, Wouter 16th. Race director instance at the start. Here we have Lolla collision with Kuhn, David collision with Rowan there, Tess. Reaper collision with Knack. That's, I think we saw that bit, which dropped him back. Having terminal damage there. How the collisions do we have? Smithy collision with Knack. That's the one we was looking for. They did apparently have a collision. That's what caused Knack and Smithy both to go in the pits and what let Reaper past. That was the end of that. We'll be back on Thursday for our next race of Mexico, and then we've got 3 weeks left of this game. That should take us roughly to the end of this month and give everyone a chance to buy the next game and have a bit of practice before I assume we then maybe start up a league on the next one. I don't know. I haven't been employed for that yet. We'll find out later. We're back at 6 p.m. for Mexico on Thursday. Please follow, subscribe, all that stuff. And if you didn't like it, do it anyway, because it helps us, and you're nice people.